The Hungarian government is soliciting feedback from its citizens on its support for or opposition to European Union sanctions against Russia over Ukraine. The country is dependent on Russian oil and gas. The fallout from the conflict has pushed inflation higher because of energy price increases. Pablo Gutierrez has more.
The survey consists on 7 questions that range from the EU's existing to planned sanctions, as well as Russia's oil and gas delivery. There are questions including also the Moscow-backed expansion of the Pact's nuclear power plant here in Hungary. The National Consultation Survey titled about the Brussels sanction has been sent to 8 million households in Hungary. Respondents must fill them out and return them to the government by December 9. The questionnaire was also published on the Hungary's government's Facebook page with a statement that reads, "We believe the sanctions are destroying us." Hungary's opposition parties quickly slammed the poll, saying that it's riddled with misleading questions and inaccuracies. Critics say one question asking citizens if they agree with potential sanctions on Russian gas supplies by Brussels is loaded because it includes a phrase saying sanctions would put at risk household heating and the European economy's ability to operate. Hungary's government has repeatedly opposed EU sanctions against Moscow, arguing that they are doing more damage to Europe than to Russia. Budapest is highly dependent on Russian oil and gas and is currently seeing record inflation. Early this year, Brussels exempted Hungary from EU sanctions on Russian crude oil imports via pipelines. The country also bought additional quantities of Russian gas since the start of the conflict in February. The survey has no legal implications since Prime Minister Viktor Orban came into power in 2010. His government has used such surveys to denounce EU policy. The ruling party's caucus leader, before the release of the poll, admitted in a news conference that it would be used as a political tool in the government debates with the EU over whether to extend or impose further sanctions against Russia. Prime Minister Viktor Orban has repeatedly called the EU to scrap sanctions against Russia, saying that he believes that it would cut inflation here in Hungary. Pablo Gutierrez, CGTN, Budapest.